And so they talk to them, they interact with their pets. It's sometimes the only contact that these people have.
Welcome to Shaping the Basin. We are here today with Teresa Edwards, the Executive Director of the Klamath Basin Senior Center. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about the Senior Center.
So the Senior Center is a community center, and we have tons of programs, including Meals on Wheels, congregate lunch, exercise programs, health and wellness, mental health, art. We have tons of programs for not just seniors, but for everybody.
Talk to us a little bit about a couple of those programs. You mentioned wellness programs. What do those look like?
So we actually have 2 exercises classes, Monday through Friday, and we have a Pilates class, and I've done it. These 70 and 80-year-old people are very fit. They have inspired me to start getting active again after my winter hibernation, I call it. So yeah, they are amazing. They do walking in the building all year round and outside of our building as we have a walking path.
Where is the Senior Center located?
It is next to the fairgrounds at 2045 Arthur Street.
Okay. How many people do you serve at the Senior Center?
So for Meals on Wheels, we serve about 120 to 140 every single day, including the weekends. And Monday through Friday, we serve about 100 to 150 people every day.
And they're coming in, they're taking part in these programs, they're eating?
Their lunch. And we have an amazing cook, Chauncey.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about the Meals on Wheels.
So the Meals on Wheels program is instituted by the AAA agency, and they basically fund it through the state. And we make the meals hot in-house and deliver them Monday through Friday, except for holidays. And on Fridays, we actually give them frozen meals so that they don't go without a meal at all.
Are those, you say frozen meals, are those made in-house and then frozen?
So they're freshly frozen, and then we take them.
Okay. That's neat. Is that run by volunteers?
It is completely volunteer, except our head cook. So, yeah.
Okay. So people sign up and then they go and deliver these meals to people.
And so they talk to them, they interact with their pets. It's sometimes the only contact that these people have.
That's what I was going to say. It sounds like it's more than just the meal. It's contact, a little bit of visiting. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. Our volunteers that do Meals on Wheels have the hugest hearts. And a route that normally would take an hour to deliver can take 3 or 4 hours because they put care into each single person and really get to know them and their families. And it's amazing.
What other kinds of volunteers help at the Senior Center?
So we have a ton of volunteers. Our whole bingo program that all goes back into the congregate meal, and our facility is run by volunteers. And that's every Saturday. And our gift shop completely ran by volunteers. And that's things that were handmade by seniors. And if you have not been in our gift shop, you need to come down because there's amazing stuff down there. We have over 100 volunteers. Ranging from Meals on Wheels to odd jobs all over the facility.
How is the Senior Center funded?
So it is mostly funded by the AAA agency, the state, and grants. Okay. Lots of grants.
A lot of funding.
Yes.
What do you think people would be surprised to know about the Senior Center?
How many things that you can do there, and you don't have to be over 60. You can come do exercise and donate. You can do our creative writing class. You can come and do arts and crafts. Just nobody knows about our gift shop with all our handmade things. And with Joann's going out of business, we do have fabric and yarn, lots of it. And we take donations as well for those things.
When you're thinking about the senior population itself, so not just the Senior Center, what do you think people would be surprised to know?
The lives that they have lived, and some of them are super exciting and diverse and just magical. And the stories I've heard, the pictures I've seen, how much care they have for this community is absolutely amazing.
How do the seniors get there?
We have a transportation program. If you need a ride, you just call the day before and we can facilitate you getting to the Senior Center.
You mentioned it's not just for seniors. So do you have other people that come that aren't seniors?
We do have several people that come and do activities like exercise, art, the creative writing class. I'm trying to facilitate more people to come and check it out because it's amazing. I've participated in almost every program besides the gift shop. And Kathy's going to get on to me because I haven't gone and done crafts in there with her.
I've noticed. So when did you start at the senior center?
The middle of December.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
On that. I've noticed an increase in presence on social media. It seems like you're doing some exciting new things. Talk to us about some of the new things you're doing.
So when I was hired, the biggest thing they said was, what do you notice about the senior center? I said, nobody knows you're here. And I think social media is a huge piece to getting the word out about what we're doing, what we're advocating. And our new marketing director, Emily, has been helping me push that. And Ann Davenport has always been big on that presence as well. And if people don't know we're there and what we're doing, how can they come enjoy those things or help us? And so that was my number one thing, is make sure everybody knows we're here and what we're doing.
I know you're also planning some fundraising events. What kinds of things are you looking to do?
So we're looking to bring in the community. We absolutely want to surround our seniors, but we also want the community to be involved with our seniors, especially young people, high schoolers, even younger. So we're doing some events that bring the community into the center, as well as bringing the center out into the community. Things like triathlons, but making it fun, sock hops, dances, things like that. So we can raise money, raise community awareness, but also be having a great time while we're doing it.
If a picture says 1,000 words, imagine the story. 24 frames a second can tell about your business. 40 Deuce Films.
I think that connection is probably one of the key pieces to health in a senior's
Yes,
life. And that's part of what you're providing.
absolutely.
Correct.
Yes.
Fantastic. What do you think is in the future for the senior center?
I'm hoping that we can get a diverse set of programs and add to them more mental health, more community involvement with some programs. And programs, I mean, like classes, meetings. We have a lot of Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and those things don't just affect the seniors, they affect the entire family. So that's where I'm trying to spread awareness that, the senior center is not just for seniors. It's for the entire community and the entire family.
Can you share a story that maybe really touches your heart since you started in December?
Yeah, absolutely. I usually have lunch with the seniors every day, unless I have meetings or I'm out and about. And I sit with a different group every day. And there's one group of gentlemen, they're all veterans, and they just share their stories about how war was and being deployed and things like that, and their families. And it just touches my heart that they come to the center every day to be with each other because their families aren't here. And they share like all their trials and tribulations and pictures of their grandkids and their great grandkids. And seeing that makes me love doing what I do every day.
I'm thinking about my dad lives in the same town, and he has all the guys that he played football with. And I've teased him forever that every morning he goes for old man coffee.
Yep.
And my boys, sometimes we've gone back and gone to it, and they come back with the funnest stories. They're really characters. So,
oh yeah,
that connection.
They joke, and at first they would say I'm sitting with them because they're the troublemakers, which kind of is true, but I love it. And now they're like, oh, it's not our turn this time. So they give me a hard time, and I'm one of them now. So the stories get a little more interesting and a little more loose. So
what would you say to somebody if they want to get involved?
Please come down, talk to our front desk. If I'm there, ask for me. And if I'm not, leave me a note, please. I will make every opportune moment to talk to you, to show you what the center does. I will do activities with you. I think it's really important for the community to get involved with their seniors and kids.
What does the senior center need?
Well, funding always, because we don't want to cut any of our programs, especially our lunch program, because it's not just lunch. They use it as a social activity. But volunteers, I think younger volunteers, we have a lot of amazing senior volunteers, but having that younger demographic, it makes it more diverse. and brings a different element. And if you come and do volunteering there, you'll see what I mean. You'll meet some amazing people.
I first met you. You started at the Klamath Basin Home Builders
Yes, I did.
Association. And I think that was, you had been working maybe in your own business and then stepped into that. And you quickly got involved in a lot of different things. You volunteer a lot.
I do.
Talk to us just a little bit about that.
I have a hard time saying no, but it's usually things I'm really passionate about. And the community is one of them. The home builders, I said no to originally because I was running my own business. I had small children at home. And a year later, she was like, we need you to do this. And I was like, okay, fine. Things had settled down quite a bit. So I took it on and I think it did really well. And I love the Home Builders Association. I love all the board members and all of the members. And they're doing great right now. And they've grown quite a bit. And they're more out in the public. I think I help with that because I love talking. I'll talk to anybody about anything. And then getting the senior center, that was huge. And it's made my heart and my community part of me just grow so much. So like I said, if you care about your community and you want to make a difference and you want to change things, you have to get involved.
And it sounds a little bit like finding the things you're really passionate about. Because if you're going to say yes to a lot of things.
Yes.
You need to care about them.
Absolutely. So being involved with the United Way, the Chamber, it's all things making the community a better place. And without great businesses and great leaders, we can't have a great community.
Did you know that you had a passion for the senior population before you started there?
I did. I was raised by my grandparents, and then I was a CNA for 15 years. So I'd been around seniors a lot, and so they were a huge part of my life. And it was just kind of fit perfectly.
Yeah. I have a couple of quick questions at the end that I ask everybody.
Okay.
And I have a feeling I know what your answer is going to be on this one. But if I gave you $250,000 to use by the end of the day to make a difference, what would you do with it?
I would definitely help fund a lot of things that we definitely need at the center to make it easier for people to come. Programs like mental health. I'm trying to get an on-site counselor or therapist once a week just to be there because sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit of a therapist to some of them that know me now. And I love hearing, but I'm not a therapist. So I think that would be great as well.
What is a small change you think people could make to make a difference in their community?
Getting involved, volunteering. If it's not at the center, there's so many great, amazing nonprofits that need volunteering. And if you love where you live, I think being a part of something makes it even better.
If you could put something up on a billboard in Klamath, what would it be?
Community is everything. Go volunteer.
Who has been a role model in your life?
Well, it's one is you. You are. You are a big inspiration to me. Just the older generations, every time I sit down and talk to an older leader that is retired and hearing their passions, we just took a tour up at Crystal Terrace, and one of the leaders of a nonprofit was up there. I'm not going to say her name because I don't know if she'll like that, but she said that I was on the path to where she was and how she did things. And I was like, I take that as a huge compliment, and she's an amazing woman. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for what you do. I love seeing your influence over there at the Senior Center, and I hope more people get involved.
Me too.
So thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much, Heather.